Well, he issued an apology earlier today, and we're grateful to have Joey joining us now from San Francisco, where the Reds are playing the Giants. Good morning to you, Joey. First, you had reasons for saying some of the things you said. What were they?
I mentioned in my apology, not being, first of all, good morning. Nice, thanks for having me on. Not making Team Canada, not getting drafted by the Toronto Blue Jays, not being selected for the Canadian Olympic team. And then more than anything, ultimately, I used the word jealousy. And my comments, I think, came from a place of jealousy. I'm from Toronto. I live in the city. I grew up in the city. And my comments came from a place of pettiness where I was thinking, where's my moment? Where's my, big Toronto Canadian moment? I grew up loving the Jays, and I love the city. I love the country of Canada. And I just think it came from a place of jealousy. And my comments were embarrassing, and they couldn't be less connected to how I really feel about Baseball Canada, the city of Toronto, my fellow Canadian baseball players. James, he's one of our very best athletes, and for me to say that, to just basically not discredit him, but just say I don't care and I'm not proud of it, couldn't have been less connected to how I feel. And I was in the middle of a conversation on a podcast, and I was just being so casual and so petty with my comments, and I'm completely regretful. And I'm saddened that I took that route, but clearly that's on me.
That shirt you're wearing tells us a lot about who you are. You honored the Humboldt Broncos soon after that bus accident by writing their name on your cleats. You did so with Constable Ken Lamb, who arrested the man who decided to go on a rampage on Yonge Street in Toronto. So it's pretty clear that you're very sensitive to the things that happen in this country.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Again, it was, my comments couldn't be less connected to how I feel, or how strongly I feel about being a Canadian, born and raised, being from Toronto, born and raised. It was just silly, but I am very, very proud. I was given this shirt. I've had this from not too long after the terrible accident, and I'm proud to wear it daily. Saddened by the incident, obviously. Constable Ken Lamb. I had a lot of people reach out to me, knowing I live not too far from where the apprehension occurred, where the attack occurred. And so people reached out to me and knew it would mean a lot to me. And then I was fortunate enough, like everybody else from Toronto and from Canada and even across the world, to witness his heroism. And I was incredibly proud. Not surprised, but I was incredibly proud of our Toronto police. And so it's a shame that that I have to come on here and say my piece on things that I'm clearly proud about in this sort of environment. But I did that to myself, obviously.
You have a passion for Canadian military history, and on Players Weekend, all players get the opportunity to put whatever they choose on the back of their jerseys. What's your plan?
Yeah, thank you for bringing this up, Jamie. I'm very excited about this year. They asked me in spring training a couple months ago, and last year I had a fun time with an ex-teammate of mine, Shin-Soo Choo of the Texas Rangers. We both shared a name, and this year I wanted to do something that meant a lot more to me personally. I'm going to write "In Flanders Fields" on the back, and then on either the patch or the number, I'm going to fill out the number or the patch with the poem. I mean, as we all know, every single year, the same day, the same time, we do our very best to remember. And I was hoping, because I wear a red and white jersey, the Cincinnati Reds wear a red and white jersey on that particular Players Weekend. I just thought the colors really went in line with the message of In Flanders Field. So I couldn't be more excited. And thanks for bringing that up, letting me share and giving me an opportunity to share that.
Joey, have you or will you contact James Paxton?
Well, I haven't even thought about it. You know, my comments, I think the people that I upset the most were the men and women, the boys and girls in youth baseball in Canada, in the Toronto area. All of the local, provincial, national teams. My comments, I think were slights to them, and those were the people that I think I most definitely offended the most. And who I'm hoping will forgive me for my comments. But I think that would be wise to reach out to James and make sure that I connect with him and let him know how proud I am as both a person that lives in Toronto and also a Canadian citizen.
Joey, we certainly appreciate your time and wish you good health with the Cincinnati Reds.
Thank you very much, and thanks for giving me this opportunity to speak to the baseball fans in Canada. I'll see you around, Jamie.